Number 5. Basilisk. The basilisk is a serpentine creature in European legend who, like the Gorgons of Greek myth, can kill with a single glance. The basilisk is known as the king of serpents, and its name translates as Little King. It is said to have the ability to kill a person with a single glare, making it one of the most feared and lethal mythological creatures. They are said to be very hostile to humans, and their venom is so toxic that it can kill a man from a meter away. In one story, the basilisk's venom traveled up the spear of the warrior who stabbed it, killing not only the rider, but also his horse. Appears in literature, including works by Chaucer and Leonardo da Vinci, as well as religious texts such as the Bible. Basilisks were thought to be killed by exposing them to the odor of weasels, griffin tears, or seeing their own reflection. Subscribe for Part 7.